think I'm ready for round 2. You see what happens when you're sick?
What's going on, everybody? This is Sean with Strangeland Oddities. We're at the New Jersey HorrorCon, and I'm with the beautiful, talented Scream Queen, Danielle Harris. How are you doing today?
Hey, good, Sean. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So speaking of the Scream Queen, how does it feel to be one of the most recognized females in the Scream Queen industry?
Feels great. I mean, I'm still here talking about it after 30 years, so I definitely am honored to be considered a Scream Queen.
Now, your new film, Inoperable, can you give your fans some insight on what they can expect?
Yeah, it's kind of like a Groundhog Day horror movie. We keep reliving the day over and over and over again. My character wakes up in a hospital, doesn't know how she got there, realizes she was in an accident, and she has to put the pieces of the puzzle together and come back every day to figure out how to get out.
Now, going back to when you were younger, I was watching the Halloween documentaries. They were trying to keep you from seeing the violent scenes. What was going through your mind at that time when you were younger? As far as playing the role in Halloween 4 and 5, and did you actually know exactly what was going on?
Oh, I didn't know it. I mean, there's like 100 people around you, and everyone's really nice and fun, and you're just making a movie, so there's nothing really scary or weird about it for me. So I didn't really know at that age like what I was really doing.
Now, a fun fact that I actually realized that you were a voice on the Wild Thornberrys and Rugrats Go Wild. How did that come about?
Just an audition. Being an actor, I just auditioned for the part. So I did the Wild Thornberrys for 7 years.
Yeah, I was asking Perry Shin because he was a voice of a dog, and I asked if he met you on the set. He's like, no, I didn't meet her then. And now you're also a fairly new mother. Your kid just had a birthday last month. How hard is it, being a new mother in the industry, doing what you're doing, the conventions, movies, etc.?
I mean, as long as my kid comes first, it hasn't really been too difficult. There's a lot of respect for new moms on set, giving you your time to do what you need to do. So I definitely am not going to be like schlepping him around from place to place. He's always taken care of, though.
Now, I was talking to R.A. Mihailoff last month at Mad Monster Party, and he was talking about the Hollywood Ghost Hunters with him and Kane Hodder. He mentioned that you and Adam Green were a part of that. How involved are you in that? We
haven't done it in many years, so it was kind of a thing that the guys were doing for a while, and we were always filming in these horrible locations and decided, why don't we go hunt for ghosts, which were so obviously where we were filming. And then we thought, it'd be kind of fun to film it, so that's kind of how it came about.
Now, in Hatchet 3, when you entered the police station, and obviously they were hosing you down, and we got to see a tattoo, a pretty huge tattoo. What is the meaning behind the tattoo? Is there any special meaning?
It's pretty much just I continue to get art, so it's like a big piece of art, and it continues to grow. Every time I think of something new or want to change something, or I don't have any more room left though, so I'm running out of room. I just had to go to the other side for the first time, so I just started the other side.
And what are you getting?
I actually, on the other side, I got 4 charms that were always on my grandma's necklace. So it's the chain, my grandma's chain, and then 4 charms.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's actually, it started with a Figa symbol, which looks like this, which is like a Jewish, like, warding off evil. It also means cunt, and it's like a sign for like labia, like it's like could be kind of a vulgar thing, but it's female empowerment basically. So
nice.
That's about that big on my back.
Yeah, people always ask me, why did I tattoo my head? And I said it's my helmet of life, where everybody important, like my daughter, my parents, unless you really pay attention, you can't see their names in it, but That's it's a special meaning. Now, talking about Kane Hodder, I did him in Days of the Dead back in the early February with Bill Moseley, and Kane was telling me how he likes to play practical jokes on people.
He doesn't do it on me.
He said he got you with his so-called ass spray.
Yeah, he did do that. He plays jokes on set for everybody else. He doesn't fuck with me on set because he knows I wouldn't tolerate it. But for about 6 months, I kept smelling it at conventions and didn't know that it was him. And he was spraying that spray around my tail. I kept thinking somebody was pooping their pants. He's disgusting sometimes.
Yeah, he's also a trip to hang out with too.
Yeah, he's the best.
Now, in See No Evil, you worked with the other Kane and the Saska sisters. How was it working with the other Kane and the sisters?
Great. They're all great. I mean, we had an awesome time on that movie. That was a lot of fun.
And why did you have to die in that movie?
I wasn't supposed to die, but when I got cast, they decided to kill me because the twins thought it, would shock people. They thought that the fans would assume that I would be the one to live, and I was supposed to be. And then they decided we'll switch it and kill her.
Now, you're also considered the Halloween girl. Halloween 4 or 5, and you did Rob Zombie's both Halloweens. Now, with Halloween 4 and 5, that kind of started your, jump-started your career, and then, you got roles in between, but then when you did Rob Zombie's Halloween, your horror career just kind of skyrocketed from that. Did you ever think that being part of that Halloween franchise that this would ever happen to you?
No, I had no idea, and didn't even know that the fandemonium was still there after all those years. It's crazy.
And a fun fact, you were in Five Finger Death Punch's first music video, The Bleeding. How did that come about?
I didn't realize that it was their first. I was friends with the director. And he knew the guys were big fans, and he was like, I think they would be stoked to have you, and would you want to do it? And I said, sure. So I drove down and did it, and the guys were like, holy shit, they didn't know that it was going to be me. So it was pretty cool.
Nice. So besides from this convention and Inoperable, what else do you have in the works?
Next movie coming out is called Camp Coldbrook, and it's with Chad Michael Murray, and Joe Dante produced it, so it's got that kind of vibe to it.
Oh, I love Joe Dante.
Me too.
Now, in Victor Crowley, we didn't see you until the very end. What's in the store for Mary Beth Dunstan?
I don't know. You have to see the movie to figure it out. Total spoiler alert, by the way, that you just gave away. But I'm not quite sure. Hopefully there'll be more movies.
Yeah, I had a interview with Adam, and he was saying that when Part 5 does come out, that you and Kane are basically going after each other, and he's going to get Victor out of the swamp.
Yes, that I do know, that we will not be in the swamp. It's very hard to film in the swamp in Louisiana.
All right. Well, again, this is Danielle Harris. Again, we are Strangeland Oddities. We're at the New Jersey HorrorCon, and I thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule.
Thanks for waiting.
Oh, no problem. I liked watching the interaction between you and your fans. It was amazing, because when you see actors and actresses, sometimes people are like, all right, next, whatever. You actually, took the time.
Sunday's hard. I'm so tired on Sundays usually, but I try to, they're human, so it's nice to have a real conversation.
Exactly. Any last words for your fans?
Just thanks for being a fan, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you, everybody.